Okay, Katie, so 55 in the first paper, so we're only a few marks off a C there, so let's see if you can manage to make those up in this paper too. Right, what you need to be careful of, you're not going to get penalised for it, but it's something you need to be aware of, is a calculator doesn't know that you're working in money, so it won't add the extra zero that there should be when we're writing money. The mark scheme doesn't penalise you for it, but maybe in future it will, so it's something that you need to be aware of. 573.21 is right, so 6 marks there. That one's correct and that one's correct. The weight of a woman is likely to be in kilograms. Grams is a very light measure. Okay, if you're measuring ingredients, you'd have 100 grams of flour, that kind of thing, so that's way too light. Milligrams is even lighter again. Okay, it's a smaller unit of weight than grams is. So you're either talking about 500 kilograms or 50 kilograms. Now 500 kilograms is half a ton, so that's unlikely to be the weight of a woman. So the one that you're looking for there is that one. And similarly, for distance, we're in metric, so it's going to be millimeters, centimeters, meters and kilometers. Millimeters is a small measure. Okay, so you would measure your fingernail would be maybe 7 or 8 millimeters wide. Centimeters is less than 1 meter. 100 centimeters is 1 meter. So that is maybe the height of a room. 266 meters. Meters, if you think you run a 100-meter race or a 400-meter race, so that's hardly going to be the distance between Calais to Paris. So the one that we're looking for there is kilometers. 76 is right, and you're showing me your method, so that's good. So 10 marks on that first page. That's good. And so is that, so 7 marks there. Good, so for this question, in order to get full marks, you need to use as much of the grid as you can space-wise, label both axes, which you've done, seasons and frequency, and labelled it well. So you will get full marks for that. That's excellent. Summer is the mode because it's the season that happens more than any other. And then for the probability that a random chosen child prefers winter, you would look to see how many children prefer winter, and it's 7. And you would write that as a fraction, and on the bottom it'll be out of the total number of children that were interviewed, which is 40. So 7 out of 40 is what they're looking for there. With this one, it is something that you probably wouldn't have done for a while coming from the higher tier, but it is something that you should be able to pick up yourself. So if you take a look at how I explain that in the video clip, and that's good. So 9 on that page. It is the right shape, but it's not a trapezium, it's a rhombus. A trapezium looks like that. It's a 4-sided shape with 2 parallel sides. And then for this one, if you've got 2 different isosceles, so there's one with a common size at the bottom, then it would look something like that, and it would be called a kite. So 1 mark there. Take away 7. You are doubling the last number, but if you were doubling, it wouldn't change the sign. So doubling that would give you 4. Doubling 4 would give you 8, and so on. But if you look, that's a plus, minus, plus, minus. So what you need to be doing is multiplying by -2. And what the -2 does is alternate the sign. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus times a minus is a minus. 2 times 4 is 8, minus times a minus is a plus, and so on. That's good. Okay, so if one of them is X and the other is 6 years older, he's going to be X plus 6. Okay, so if he was 10 and the other one was 6 years older, he would be X plus 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. Now it could be that the eldest boy is X or 10, in which case the other one would be 6 years younger than him, which would be X minus 6. So that's what you're looking for there. That one's correct. So we've got 5 times 4 is 2 times something plus 3 times that. So you've got 20. So that's correct. What you've then got to do is to get rid of the take 12 by adding 12, and then you have to add 12 to the other side as well. So 2p, p is what you're trying to find. So that would be 32 is 2p. So p would be half of 32. So you're going to get 1 mark for how far you've gone with that. Another mark if you'd have got it to that form, and then a final mark for working it out. So total for that page: 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's correct. Well done. So is that. Well done. Right, so take a look how I explain this on the video clip. With this one, they will both be the same at 75, but you need to say how many steps it's going to take to get to 75. So you have to show that it actually works out to be, I think you've got the numbers going there. That's your method really. You want to show that it's after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So you only get 1 for that. 4, 8, 9 for that page. So 53, 61, 69. So what you've done there is right, but you're not actually showing how they can predict. Okay, so they don't want you to actually work the two sequences out. Okay, they want you to do a bit more work than that. So again, if you watch how I explain that in the video clip, and hopefully it'll make sense. Okay, you use the compass, but you haven't used the compass correctly. What you need to do there, in order to bisect the angles using the compass, you do get your compass, open your compass out, which you've done, to a certain, oh that's great, isn't that? Pencil hasn't got a point on it. Bear with me. Oh, great. Try one more time. That'll do. So you open out your compass. I'll open mine the same distance you have. So we marked it there and there. And then what you do is you take the compass point and move it. You haven't changed the size of your compass. And you put an arc there. Then you move the compass point to there. And do another arc like that. And that's what they're looking for to earn the marks. Okay? So what you have done isn't enough to show that you have used the compass correctly, rather than just putting some random curves on. And similarly with this one, it's not enough just to draw the line, you have to show construction marks like that. So for this one, you put your compass point on one side, open it out so that it's more than halfway, draw part of a circle, then move your compass point to the opposite side and draw the second part of a circle, and then you join up where the two curves cross, and that's what they're looking for you to get those marks. So unfortunately you don't get any marks for that. Okay, then we're on to trial and improvement. Too small. Now you don't go to 2 decimal places until you get it between 2 consecutive 1 decimal place number. So 2.5 is too small, so next you would say try 2.7. Then depending what 2.7 is, you then try 2.8 or 2.6, depending if it's too big or too small, and so on. So the method that you've done there, you get 1 mark for 1 correct substitution, but you don't go to 2 decimal places until it's between 2 consecutive 1 decimal place number. So again, watch how I go through that on the video clip. That's good, well done. So you've done that, which is the hardest bit of the question, but you've left that out, which is quite straightforward. Curious. So watch how I do that. Anyway, well done for the 3 marks there. That is correct for the area. The units are centimetres squared for area. It doesn't matter in this case because it's not asking you for that, so you'll get the 2 marks. 9.5 is that distance there. So for the perimeter, you've then got to add the total distance around the shape. So you have to do 9.53 plus 4.1 plus 8.6 and work out what that is. But there are 3 marks for actually working out Pythagoras, so that's good. 5 marks on the last question, well done. So 55 last time. This time 10, 17, 26, 32, 41, 42, 45, 50. So not as strong a performance as you did in the paper one, but there are certainly questions in there that you've left some marks behind that with a little bit more thought or a little bit more practice you would have picked up more marks. So 50 is a D. It is, I'm saying, 11 marks from a grade C. So go back in there, watch me work through the paper with the questions you got wrong, see if you can put them right.